Hi, Brattle Biz Club girlies! I have a little bonus drop for you, and today I'm going to teach you how to apply individual cluster lashes without wanting to throw yourself and your client off of a cliff. It is not that difficult, I pinky swear. It is a lot easier than you think. The biggest issue that a lot of people have is they don't use the right techniques and they don't use the right tools. Throw those stupid tweezers away. We're going to use lash tweezers. Don't use those little curved tweezers. I'm going to tell you all the things that you need, and I'm going to link them all below. They're not expensive, but let me tell you, they make the biggest difference in making your application quick and seamless. Now, like anything, this is a skill. These are these tweezers I'm talking about. These are the Miss Queen tweezers, and I have yet to find anything better than those. These are the super strong lash glue. You can use whatever lash glue makes you happy. I really like this lash glue. But what I was saying is that this is like, it's a skill. It takes time, it takes confidence, and it takes the ability to do it. And that happens the more you do it. So if you don't keep trying, you're not going to get good at it. These are the lashes that I use, that I'm just currently using. I really like these. I get these on Amazon as well. They range from 10 millimeter to 16 millimeter, so I get a better bang for my buck. And I feel like they create that really seamless kind of cat eye, that natural cat eye that a lot of my clients ask for. Okay, couple tips. You can watch me as I'm doing this, but I'm going to explain to you some tips and tricks as you're watching. Number one, your glue has to be tacky. So I apply like a thin layer on my hand. Sometimes I do that 2 or 3 times because the tackier the glue is, the easier the time. You cannot put straight glue just from the tube on the lash. It's going to move around and you're going to want to absolutely throw yourself off a cliff. That's what people have a problem with, is that they don't stick. They only are going to stick if the lash glue is tacky. If it is not tacky, it's not going to stick onto her eye. Do you hear me? Listen, everyone listen. If the glue is not tacky, it's not going to stay on her eye, okay? So please, for the love of everything holy, make sure that that glue is tacky before you even get close to her little eyelid. The second, I hold the lash closer to the base than from the ends. I basically almost hold it in the middle, but like you can see, watch me do this one. See how it moves around a little bit too much? I don't have a firm grip. You have got to make sure that you have that firm grip. See where I'm doing it now? I have a little bit more grip on the lash and I have more control. That is very important, okay? The more control you have of your lash, the easier it's gonna be. But if you don't have tacky glue, again, the tackiness of the glue is so important. So I like to make sure my client is looking down. When they're looking down, and sometimes depending on the lid space that they have, I do lift their lid a bit. You want to make sure that you have a full, like unedited, unmoved version of where their lash line is. You want to be very clear in where you're putting the lash, because if you do not put them in the same exact spot all the way around, you're going to have one weird wonky lash, and then in pictures you're going to be like, girl, why is one of her lashes way longer than the other? Oh, because it's sitting halfway on her actual lashes than on her lash line. It's very imperative to make sure that everything is sitting exactly on the lash line. Now, I do wiggle depending on the client's lashes. Some people have lashes that grow in like that really nice, elegant straight line. Some people have lashes that grow a little bit more separate and apart. Sometimes it's easier to do people's lashes whenever they grow a little separate and apart, because you can kind of wiggle the lash line in between the two sections where they grow. So you can kind of put it in between her natural lashes. Those tend to look the most natural and they're not going to move around or bother the client as much. Now, these lashes obviously don't bother clients because they are A, way lighter, and B, it's not in a full plastic strip that you're gluing on their eye, and you can mold it a little bit more to the shape of their eye than trying to like shape a plastic like thing to their eye. I really freaking hate like just strip lashes. I don't like them. I just feel like they always pop up. They always move. Ever since I have been doing these lashes, I have literally virtually no issues with my clients and their lashes. They don't move, they don't pop, there's no problems. And once you harness this skill, you also, I promise, are going to have no issues at all. Also, all cluster lashes are not created equal. I have bought pretty much every cluster lash that the entire world can produce, and I'll link in my bio and my Amazon. I'm going to put the link down for you guys. Basically all of the lashes that I like the most for a more soft glam look. Now, there are lashes out there if you're more of a natural makeup artist. There are some super beautiful, very, very natural, like, and even brown lashes, because some people just want that really natural brown lash that don't use a lot of mascara. This is more for that soft glam look. A lot of those lashes are going to be, but there are also way more glam lashes out there too. All of the lashes that you enjoy are going to be made in cluster lash form. So you can get that really dramatic, spiky look. Because some people are like, oh, well, I love the different options that you can get from strip lashes. They make all of those in individual lashes. You might have to look for them a little bit more, but they are there. So kind of, I think, experimenting with the different types that you like, and also experimenting with the methods. A lot of times I do stack my individual lashes. They are a lot more comfortable to stack than strip lashes. If anybody has ever stacked strip lashes or worn stacked strip lashes, you know how uncomfortable they can be. And again, my top priority is making sure that my clients, especially my clients who have never worn makeup, to feel comfortable. Individual lashes is the way to do that. Also, it is a selling point for you. It's a selling point that you can customize their lash line and their lashes to exactly how they need or want their makeup to look. And I know some of you are already going to be like, this takes way too much time. I don't have time. Let me tell you, after I have learned I've sharpened this skill and done it multiple times for multiple years, I can do a full lash faster than I can do a strip lash. It takes me way less time. Now, obviously, it also depends on my client's cooperativeness. Sometimes people just struggle with lashes. I mean, if they struggle with these lashes, they're going to struggle with strip lashes too. So it doesn't really make a big difference, because if you have a client that struggles with just having their eyes open and being touched, you're going to have the same issue either being touched, but you're going to have the same issues either way. But I do also like with the individual lashes, you do have more room to kind of mold them and push them, and you can squeeze them a little bit more and make sure they get super close to that natural lash line. Nothing pisses me off more in the world than looking at a beautiful photo of glam and you see their strip lash pop up or their strip lash not blending. It literally can ruin a bride's day and B, a picture, which again, neither one of those we want to happen. Let's talk about the methods that I use. So the biggest point of contention for a lot of people is that they tried to put lashes on straight on, and your eyes just don't look like that. Your lashes curl upwards from your lash line being straight on. You want to apply lashes the same way. I think the easiest way to apply lashes is to make sure my client is looking down with their eyes open. You're going to get a clearer view of their lash line and how their lashes are growing. You want to make sure that you're applying the lash in the same direction and at the same angle that their lashes grow from. Again, you have to put them on at an angle. If you put them straight on, they're going to look like shit. Same thing with like a strip lash. It looks like shit if it's put straight on because lashes don't grow straight out. They grow at an angle. So make sure that you pay attention to that when you are applying lashes. And every client is going to be different. So you have to either, if they have really straight lashes, you need to curl their lashes really, really well before you put these on so that everything is going to blend super seamlessly. Or my favorite thing to do, especially with people that have naturally straight lashes, is they get a really, and I'm talking really thick coat with a brush of waterproof mascara. This really helps hold the curl a lot longer than just curling them and putting a light layer. I am not light-handed with mascara. I think mascara is one of the most important parts to blending things together, and I think that's the biggest problem that people have when they don't feel like their lashes are blending, is because they don't put enough mascara or they don't put enough eyeliner on to make sure that there's a seamless black line. You don't have to do a lot of liner, you can even line underneath, but you gotta do something to make sure that the lashes blend, and that I don't want to see any of you from now on have any little spots or seams or anything in your lashes. So I'm challenging all of you to go buy a pack or order a pack of individual lashes and I want you to try it out on your next client. Make sure you give yourself a little bit of extra time or try it out on yourself. Experiment. You're going to get better the more that you do it, and that's the only way for you to sharpen a skill and get better. I hope that these tips were a little bit more helpful for you. If you have questions, please go to the community and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to post today that this goes up. I'm going to make a post, and I want you guys to talk to me about some of the reservations or questions that you have about doing natural and cluster lashes. Okay, I will see you guys soon. I'm going to be dropping the hair video in just a few days. So talk to you guys later.